Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. This episode is going to be more about domestic related issues that are occurring inside of the United States and some other Western countries as well are seeing this. And this is kind of a continuation of the of lessons in insanity. Yes, lessons in insanity. But the title of this video is simply called 2 plus 2 equals 5. Now, some of you, when you see 2 plus 2 equals 5, will immediately know what I am referencing. And I am referencing to an incident that took place inside of George Orwell's book 1984. And if you have never read 1984 or you've never watched the movie 1984, I would highly recommend you to do that, and you will understand the basis of this video in terms of social control and governmental control. But again, the premise of the movie is around Winston Smith, who lives in this dystopian society that is controlled by INSOC, which stands for English socialism. And at some point, Winston Smith is taken into custody by the government, and he is tortured. And he is tortured into not only saying that 2 plus 2 equals 5, but in fact believing that 2 plus 2 equals 5. And I wanted to try and give an analogy to that, to what is happening again inside of the United States and some other Western countries, that I would compare to the type of social control that we saw inside of 1984. And I'm sure many of you back when you read 1984 many years ago, or watched the movie 1984, which was released actually in 1984, a modern version of it, would say none of this could ever happen. A government would never torture you or compel you to state that 2 plus 2 equals 5. I would contend that it's even more severe than that now, quite possibly. And again, I'm going to try to give an analogy into just one issue that is occurring that is very similar to the 2 plus 2 equals 5 issue. And yes, I guess you could say that a heavy 2 plus a heavy 2, 2.49 plus 2.51 would equal 5. So you could say that, right? 2 plus 2 could equal 5, and 2 plus 2 could, in fact, equal 4. But I'm going to take it a step in the more severe area. And this is now occurring inside of high schools, inside of college, as the social technocratic authoritarianism indoctrination continues inside of these organizations. But right now what we're seeing is the statement, the idea, the philosophy in this indoctrination that men can give birth. I understand you're saying, wait a minute, he's gone off his rocker. But in fact, this is being taught inside of these institutions. Men can give birth to children. How is that possible? Well, I'll try to explain. Let's say you have a woman by the name of Christy. And Christy decides that she is going to transition into a man. And she is now going to be identified as a he and go by the name of John. Furthermore, Christy, who is now John in this transition, is going to have a state-funded removal of her breast. And that is occurring. The U.S. military will now pay for transition surgery, which could include that. Now let's say Christy, who is now John, decides that she wants to be artificially inseminated and have a baby. Well, if you were in these colleges, in certain high schools, you must say, John, who is now a man, is actually giving birth to a baby. Thus, men, according to this social technocratic authoritarianism, must be able to give birth to human children. 2 + 2 = 5. Have a good day, everybody.